Viewer discretion is advised.
Okay, before I begin, I just gotta ask you guys a question, alright? So if you ever interviewed two people via email for an English assignment and you forgot to say thanks for being able to talk to them for months? Okay, now, have you not even thought about saying thanks until about a month later, but you feel like it would be awkward to say anything after you pretty much ghosted them? Anyway, hi, I'm the Insane Drawer Boy, and I'm going to be talking about a meat stick from the UK. This is A Brief History of the Animal, aka my English essay from college last year that I decided to turn into a video. The 90s was a very interesting time for media.
Super Mario World 2.
It was when advertising was starting to get a little bit more experimental and unconventional. Many brands either launched their products with this more rebellious vibe or switched to it to adapt to the times.
Hey! You still don't have a Sega CD? Wrong answer, man. Show 'em! Wanna see more?
Some brands would fall in this era, but a lot more would flourish, causing them to stick around to this very day. And I feel like there isn't a better example of this than Peperami. If you've never heard of Peperami before, well, don't be surprised. It's usually only marketed in places outside of the United States. The brand has been around since 1979, and its products are manufactured in Germany and sold around the world, just not in the US. Anyone in the States who is aware of Peperami probably knows about it from the re-uploads of commercials that would air on television in the 90s. This was when they pushed the brand with their, at the time, new character, the Animal.
I won't share a bag with anyone!
Before the introduction of the Animal, the brand had a few commercials featuring an ordinary man demonstrating how many carnivorous animals prefer Peperami to other meat-related products.
Let's see what she thinks of a few snacks, shall we? Not smitten with the beef flavor. And now, Peperami, a succulent, chewy snack made from 100% real meat.
There's not much out there to know exactly when these commercials aired on television and on what networks, but it seemed like these ads weren't really doing it for the company.
The agency handling the campaign did a lot of research and found they were directing their campaign to upwardly mobile, educated young adults. The research showed their clients were young, poor, and highly uneducated.
So they decided to aim their marketing towards this demographic instead. In 1992, the brand created its new mascot with the help of Loose Moose Productions. This character was an insane Peperami stick with limbs, a face, and a loud voice, originally done by English actor and comedian Adrian Emmetson. His name would become The Animal. His personality was based on the character Vivian from the UK 80s sitcom The Young Ones. Although in one of my interviews, he's named Julian, and I didn't even question it until editing this video.
We actually got the actor that played Vivian to voice our new character, and did an animation test to sell it to the client. It worked right from the get-go.
The commercials were originally going to be done by Spitting Image Productions before switching to Loose Moose.
Roger and I were approached by a London advertising agency, Stills Court Price Twivy de Souza, that wanted to build a Peperami sausage suit for a person to wear, like a football mascot. Roger said he thought that it wouldn't work and that stop motion would be better. The agency agreed, and so we switched the production away from Spitting Image and into Loose Moose.
The 17 commercials made for the Peperami brand were produced by Glenn Holberton, a film producer and the current CEO of Loose Moose. They were also directed by Ken Lidster. He's a director and animator who has worked on many different projects, including the short film Balloon, and even fucking Coraline. You know, the theatrical hit Coraline.
I was approached because of my film Balloon and asked to bring him to life. At the time, I was into combining models and drawn animation, so I gave him the graphic mouth that literally extends right off his body. I once heard Nick Park make a comment that getting eyes really close together made a character funnier, so I overlapped Peperami's eyes. His boots were a request from the agency. Pep's personality used Vivian as the start, and with the agency, we honed his quirky, slightly mad, overconfident, funny character.
Ken was the one who came up with the animal's character design, but the whole thing started when Glenn Holberton was working with another creative director, Roger Law, who was mentioned earlier and was working at Spitting Image at the time. To me, the most memorable Peperami commercial will always be the Grater ad. Aha! This one was made in the second batch of ads that Loose Moose made. The ad begins with the camera inside a cheese grater, with the animal looking inside it. The next shot is zoomed into the grater from the outside, but then it quickly zooms out to reveal the animal standing next to it. He yells at the top of his lungs and proceeds to scrape his meat against the grater with supersonic speed for about 5 uninterrupted seconds. The sound of this is almost like a jackhammer, it's insane. After that, the product is shown while a narrator says the name of the product and its slogan at the time. During this, you can see the product itself squirming like a captured wild animal. Finally, we see the aftermath of the commercial as the animal falls over after shredding his body with the cheese grater. This commercial actually has a few different versions. The original version was made for the Peperami mini products, which were new at the time. Its slogan was, "It's a little bit of an animal." Years later, they would reuse the animation for the original Peperami products. The slogan for those, it's a bit of an animal. All of this culminating in around the best 10 seconds in UK commercial history. At least in my opinion. I don't know what else UK commercials I've seen before. Probably some stuff for like, I don't know, Wallace and Gromit. I think this simple advertisement accomplishes everything that the Peperami brand wanted to do at the time. It wanted to stand out against its competitors, and what better to do that with a product literally shredding itself like a maniac. There's a bit of a shock factor that goes into it. It goes by so fast you can barely process it all by the time it's over.
I'm going to demand financial compensation for that.
Another thing that I think is cool about this commercial is that it relates itself to the Peperami mini products. I mean, the character is literally a pepperami stick with limbs. He's shredding himself into small pieces, and that's literally what the Peperami minis are. And apparently the idea for all this was from while they were on the set. Almost like how I decided to add more to the script as I was beginning to edit this video. And when these commercials aired, it really stuck with people, causing the Peperami brand to become a household name in the UK.
We literally wiped out any other product on the shelves and won a slew of advert awards, including one for the most successful ad for shifting product.
According to Glenn Holberton, the campaign won an award for marketing effectiveness, and an award in TV advertising awards. And that's not even all. Not only did this character get a crap ton of merchandise, not only did they expand on these commercials by adding new characters, but the animal also had his own video game.
Don't worry, vegetables don't have feelings.
I'm not playing this to figure out if it's good or not. I don't know, watch Vinny's playthrough of it, I guess.
You investigate the Federal Bureau of Investigation and you find a feather duster.
Wait, is this supposed to be like a likable?
The commercials would continue to be made in stop motion even without Glenn and Ken, before switching to CGI many years later, around 2007 or so.
Inevitably, the campaign became diluted. New clients and new advertising agencies didn't understand the character and changed the designs, making the stories more complicated. We didn't shoot the spots, and eventually the production moved from stop motion and into CGI.
Slowly but surely, they started to phase the animal out of Peperami's marketing altogether. Let me tell you, the brand may still be doing okay with its current marketing, but nothing will come close to beating the original stop-motion commercials. That is what I would say if I haven't seen these. So a few months ago, the official Peperami YouTube channel uploaded 5 new adverts that brought back the animal. And he's in stop motion too. He looks incredible. I was gonna end this video by talking about the memes and that one parody made by Hobo Hobo.
Nepo baby! A Nepo baby! Ah! I'm gonna kill myself and make you all watch!
But I guess I don't have to, because look at this. Apparently a year ago, Emily Brandis became the head of the Peperami brand and wanted to bring the animal back. That's how we got these new commercials with him in the snack wormhole.
Where am I? You're in the snack wormhole!
He's in your head. It seems these commercials weren't done by Loose Moose, but instead by A+C Studios. But just looking at the work, you can tell that they put their heart and soul into properly bringing this character back from his wilderness habitat. So I guess, almost, everything seemed to come together nicely in the end. Satisfy your animal. Yeah, I'm pretty satisfied. It's a shame I can't buy any of this shit, though. Hey there, thanks for watching this video to the end. I put a lot more effort into this one than I did with the Backyardigans video. It really inspired me to take this YouTube thing a bit more seriously. Shoutouts to Glenn Holberton and Ken Lidster for letting me interview them for my English essay, as well as the 2 voice actors I hired to read their quotes. Yeah, that's right, I actually put some money into my video, so you better like, share, and subscribe. And while you're at it, maybe check out my Instagram, it's where I post all my art and stuff. I got a lot more videos in the works, so stay tuned. You know, I think it's a damn shame they haven't really done any video game related stuff with Peperami since 1996. Like, if they could just put him in a very popular video game that a whole bunch of people played, I feel like that could really do good for the brand. They could add him into Fortnite!
Lizard. Uh-oh. Oh! Oh!
Don't, guys, swear to God.
Lizard!